week. I said we're going to go live for the next 5 days. As we know, it's Memorial Day, and we'll be going live all the way through and building again all the way through. Someone said to me, since this character, I should build a particular series, and in this series, there's over 18 ships in this particular series combination, uh, all with the same name. Only recently they've changed the name, but you need to check it out, and that's what we're going to be building all week. So, without further ado, guys, jump on in and check out the build. This is what we'll be doing all week, all right, guys? So, the first one we'll be building for you is the '7153. I actually have 5 of these ships, 5 of the figs, and I wanted you guys to be part of it. This particular one came out back in 2000. It was actually the first of the series, guys. Episode 2. It's got 2 figs in the set, and it's got 369 pieces in it. If you were lucky enough to happen to get it back then when it just came out, you could probably get it for $89. Now it's like brand new. It can run anywhere between $500 to $1,100, man. Because obviously you guys know the Django that's in there, the price on that alone, a lot of times I've seen it on different sites. It can run from anywhere from $99 to $200, depending on the condition. It's incredible. And now you know, as the new, which I'll be building soon, and I got a couple of them signed. I'm sure I don't know if I showed you guys, but I got them signed by the creator, Mr. Jackson himself. So, if you didn't see it, I'll give you guys a quick look. If you're in there, I'll give you guys a quick look later on. I got it signed by him. I literally went for the opening, and they had like this big opening, and I was like, I had to travel. So this was actually in Paris. So I had to travel and get it signed by him. He wasn't signing everything. He didn't sign the helmet. Because he said he didn't create that, so he's not signing that. But he did sign the Camino. I think I showed it in one of my lives before, or I did it in a video. But I'll give you guys a quick peek of the. And I actually gave one away. I gave one away, assigned to Brandon. Brandon actually won that. So again, it pays to join my tiers, my different tiers on my channel. If you join the certain tiers, so he signed this also, right here, and it's also, I'll show you guys later on. It's also on the set itself, the 75409. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump on. I can actually show you, let me show you guys. I don't want to, I'll bring the character out himself. Thinking he should be the mascot today, actually. He should actually be the mascot today. right? So I'll move that one away. What I'll do is, as I build the ship, I'm gonna bring the mascot of that particular ship, so you guys can have a look at it. But he should be the mascot today. Let's just tilt him back a little bit so he looks more. Yeah, that should be the mascot. Anyway, so let's jump on it and start building. If you're on there, guys, great to see you. Right, let's start building this ship from zero. Right, so we need one of these in gray. And on top of that, we'll place one red piece here. If you've built this before, the build, it's not too complicated. I have to say it's not too complicated, but it's a great build. And as you guys know, I always say the fun is in the build, right? It's great going to pick the package up and be all excited about that, but the real fun comes out of when you really start building this incredible ship. So we place a piece of blue here. It's a lighter blue. And on the sides, we're going to drop two of these here. Like that. I will be building one ship per day, guys. One ship. I think on the final day or thereabouts, I'm going to do a marathon build, which I'm going to start building from because, as I said, there's so many ships. Also, this is the first one to come out, but as you guys know, the 10123 was really the original, right? That's the original. Now that set, that Cloud City set did have a ship on a Slave 1 on it, but that ship is really expensive. They don't really sell it alone. Sometimes they sell the whole set, but you don't get that ship. So I started building that ship out of my garage. As we go along also, I'll show you guys all the ships that amount to the full amount, because I have every single one of them. And I'm working on all of them, but we will build a significant amount of them, starting with this one, and we'll go to them by how they were built. No particular order, but we'll go through them and we'll build all the ships that's required. But this is the first one really, which is the 7153, as you guys know, Django's favorite ship for everyone before the one that's out now. And I still think this is it cannot compete. The minifig cannot compete with this at all in any way, fashion, or form. Right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Drop me a comment. Okay, so we need two of these. Back here, like I said, the bill is not that complicated, right? So we should be able to go through it pretty fast. So this goes here. And the other one goes on the opposite end. Like that. Again, drop me a line, guys. I always like to know what you guys are building, what you're up to. If you're building anything new, right? I like knowing that. Okay, so we take two of these and place them here, like that. And on top of that, we'll get two green pieces like this, and place them there. After we place two of these, just right here to hold that in place. I've never seen this blue other than on the new ship, on any of Django's, not Django's, any of the Slave ones. This particular blue. A lot of the other colors are there, but not this blue. Let me know if you guys have seen it. But the only one I think I've seen it on is the mini size of this, which I'll show you guys later on also. So there's a miniature size of this. It's in my short videos. I actually built it. So let's add another green right there. And we'll add two 1x4s just to the back. Also, the gray on this is a totally different gray. The green comes on another ship, which we'll be making later on also. But a lot of the colors, they don't use it on any other ships. Right, so let's move on. and add 2 yellow pieces back here, 2 by 6. Here we go. I'm going incorrect already, guys. I apologize. Absolutely apologize. This goes there, but the blue, this blue piece that I just stuck on here, let's use the right tool, comes in handy, goes on the opposite side. And these goes here. And we place the yellow just right here, like that. And we move this over just a little bit, and we're going to build the back. So we need that gray with 1 red piece and a flap. This flap actually holds the, if you built this before, you haven't, this is where the carbonite solo goes in. It flaps like that. On top of this, we're going to get 2 hinge type things, which you guys are going to see right now. Again, this is, it's not really, like I said, the amount of pieces is not a crazy amount. So if you see the pieces on the top here, it's pretty easy to find, not that difficult. So if you see me looking for it, it's not that difficult to find. So 2 of these goes here, but before we do that, we'll just clip it in. It makes it much easier to work with. So we just clip that in here. That's 1, and then we'll add another one of those, and then we'll just clamp that in and move on. So again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building. If you have one of these in your collection, iconic ship, rare ship. And if you do get it, it's pretty expensive, especially if you get it new. What I am looking for, what I don't have, and I've been looking all over the internet for it, is the casing, that black casing. Way back when I saw it and I just didn't pick it up, right? And now I really want that. I want that to add to my collection, because I don't think without that your ship is complete. So again, let me know what you guys think. I don't think it's complete if you don't have that, personally. But that's just me, okay? Other people may feel differently. But I would like to have that to complete my set, just for my... it makes me feel like I have the whole package, if you understand what I'm saying. I've seen it different places, but not... you can't just like go out and buy it. So we place these here, and then we'll place 1 flat gray on the top, which is right here. Let's get that correct. Like I said, it's not too much of a crazy hard build. It's a simple build, more or less. And we take this and place this right here. That fits right in there. I'll show again. So most of the other ships doesn't have this, how this is set up here. So this just flips up and down right there. If I could just, the hinge that it's made of, it's pretty hard to move it. I'm not able to move it right now. We will move it later on, so you guys will see how that works. It's not that stable. So again, I'll have to wait later on to see how that works. Oops. See, it's already making us move things that we should. So I'll have to leave, like I said, I'll have to leave for later on. Anyway, let's move on. So this ship particularly is built in 2 parts, different from how ships are built now. The parts are built in the back and front, so you'll see a bit of difference here. So we want 2 4s, which will go right here. 2 full white pieces. Again, let me know if you guys have built this before, if you have this in your collection, if you're thinking about it. If you're a fan like I am, you would really want it in your collection. I'm sure you will. I had to get, because obviously I've been collecting it for a while. And there was one point I was waiting. Every time I saw one on whatever platform, I would pick it up because I wanted to get all of them and just have. It was a really limited amount that was out there, and I wanted to get all of them because it was, it was really sought after. And I was like, hey, I gotta get as much. And I actually had 7 of them at one point, and then I started obviously selling them. And they were going for a pretty good price, I have to say. I did well. Let's say I did well. I did really well with that. So we placed those there. Okay. And we're going to place 2 more of those up front just to hold this in place like that. That's one. And I'll find another. And we will move on. So like this. Guys, so if you're just jumping in right now, the ship we're building is the 7153 iconic Jango Fett ship. I was talking about the amount of figures it came with. It came with 2 figs, as you guys know. If you've built it before, back here, we put some bombs. Bombs goes right here. It's sort of like the head of a figure before they started making them. So you place those right back here. They come in like brown. I'll show you in a second also. All right. So up here, we want to place 2 of these blue pieces. But before we do that, we need 2 of these red ones, which is going to go just right here. 1, 2 red ones, and on top of the blue that's down in the bottom, we're going to place 2 of these blue inverted pieces. So again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building, if you're building anything. So again, it splits into 2 pieces, as I said. And I want to thank you guys for jumping in. We will be building all week long. So let's move on without further ado, guys. Right, so we need 2 of these yellow pieces now, plus 2 of these. There are a lot of these on both sets of this series. So right on the top, we're going to place that there. The other one goes right there. And these goes right on the top. But before we do that, we want to add 2 of these. Goes right there. It's one of them. The other one goes on the other end. And then we add those on the top. Yellow ones just go right here to keep them together. Make sure we put those in the right place. Okay, that's pretty good right there, guys. As I said, let me know what you're building, if you're building anything. So we take 2 of these. But before we do that, we're going to add just this right here. Just turns over. So we'll need 2 of these later on. But right now, we need 1 more. Here we go. So this one goes just right here. Like that. Okay. And we're going to add 2 of these. Now, like I said, these colors are they're unavailable now. I think they're still making this particular color, gray. Gonna add 2 of these back here. And we'll add 2 more grids. We'll add 2 more grids. But before we do so, I'm gonna make sure we got everything in place tightly. We're gonna get 2 of these, 1 and 2, and place that right here. Okay. We're going to move on and place 2 of these here. 2 grids. And we're going to place 2 of these very strange pieces. I've never seen them on any other of the ships. This particular build, any Jango Fett ships. And we're going to place these here. Like that. Move this up a bit. And these move them up just a bit. Okay. We're going to add a couple pieces on this now, which I did earlier. Love saying that now. So these are the flaps. This is some of the playability that's going to happen on this ship. Alright, so these windows open like this. Right here. Okay, so like I said, it's split into 2. So now we'll move this out of the way and we'll start building the other side of the ship. So we're looking for 1 gray 6x8 and 1 4x6, like that. 1 long beam down the middle. There. And some side pieces. Very big wedges. And we'll place some green on that. So right up to the front here. Oops. Which will hold that in place. So the build's way back when, it has definitely changed. It's definitely changed, right? Totally changed. So again, drop me a line, guys. Let me know what you're building, if you're building anything at all, as I always ask. So let's continue to build, guys. So we've got to this point and we're gonna add 2 of these up front. Right here. And this is back then when they would make the, if you notice, they're not stickers. They actually printed into the ship. You couldn't use it on anything else. I don't know if that's a plus or if it's not a plus. So if you wanted to build something else, if they would do that. Also, if you ever have this ship build and you look at the back of the magazine, the instructions, they would have where you could have built different ships with the same material, right? But they've totally stopped doing that. That's one thing I think Lego should go back to, and you guys let me know what you guys think. So we'll add 2 more of these blue pieces. And some more. These pieces come on a lot of the earlier ships. So the 6209, it's on that. And also the 8097, which we'll be building this week. And you guys can check that out. You'll see that it does have that there also. Seem to be jumping the gun here. I seem to be jumping the gun. I'd like to take this one off and that one. I'm moving too fast while I'm talking. Yeah, so we're here. Perfect. Again, guys, let me know if you're building anything like this. If you have, or you're about to. Okay, down here, we're going to add 2 more green pieces. Again, that sand green is very, this is what it's called, sand green. It's a harder green to find. If you're ever building anything and you need that sand green, it's a very tricky green to find. Very difficult, very rare pieces. So we'll add 2 of those. And 2 of these in gray. But first we want to add 1 yellow piece down here. 2 by 6, 2 by 8 actually, and we'll add 2 light gray right here like that. 2 corner pieces goes right in here. Like I said, we're every time we do these builds this week, we will complete it on that day. We'll build the whole ship. Again, drop me a line, guys, if you on there. Let me know the time, because I'm trying to find that time that we can hit across the pond and across the pond, both sides of the pond, and other places like people jumping from Indonesia and stuff like that, Philippines. And I want to make sure everyone can have a chance to look at the build. As you know, live building, I think it's the thing now. You know, live building is, like I said, a lot of people are doing it now. I think I'm one of the people to pioneer it because everyone was doing videos where I thought this would be the best way to go. Let people see live building, and it just works better for everybody. Okay, so we add 2 of those white pieces there, and we'll just keep stacking on that. 6 of those. All right. And we're going to place 2 of these right on the outside. Until I started building the droid carriers, I've never seen these particular bricks before, and I can't say I have seen them after, at least in that length. Okay, so we're to this point, and we need 2 more of these again, which is going to go right here and snap right in there. I will be starting, guys. I started at 5 today, 5:15, but I will be starting earlier tomorrow. Okay, so watch for that. So this clips right in here like that, and now you can start see the ship coming together, guys. If you've built any Slave 1 starfighters before, all right, you guys know the controversy there. So we'll move this over for a second and start building on the other part of it, the other side of this. Okay, so we need 1 red, 1 gray, and we talked about the stars that they've made these different. We'll place this down the middle, and 1 of those red on either end. If you're jumping in, guys, drop me a line. We're building the 7153. Let me know if you've built it before, if you have it in your collection or thinking about getting it. Yeah, so let me know, guys. Drop me a line. I want to say big shout out Reese, big shout out Brandon. Right, so we're here, guys, and we're going to take 2 of these white pieces and place them in here, the stars. 1 and 2. So I have built these before. Want to go here, but before we do that, I want to place 1 of these just right on top. This goes this way. And we want to get the same thing on the other end and place that like this. And we're looking for 1 of these black pieces. Goes right here. 2 of these white pieces with the holes. What's up, Butters? What's with that face? Yeah, almost 30,000, man. I'm trying to get there. Old school, yeah. I'm building old school, Butters. Yeah. So remember, Butters, I will be on tomorrow. We'll be coming on at 4 as opposed to 5. My apologies. We'll be coming on at 3. We'll be coming on at 3. Okay. So building 3 o'clock for the rest of the week, guys. Like we do in the break, we do it early as opposed to later on. Normal time, we go on later, but we will be going early since it's break. Everyone's off from school and stuff like that. Anyway, let's get past that. We'll take this and just place it right down the center here like that. And while we're at it, get another 2x4 and place that right on the top. Get another one of those Technic blocks, or bricks if you want to call it that, and place that there. And this is one of those ships that came in the early days with a magnetic piece on it. I don't know if you guys have built this ship and you've seen that. It has that magnetic piece that clips in right here. Let me know if you guys have built this ship at all and you see that magnetic piece that clips in there. Okay, and now we're going to add some little pieces on this after we place this right on top of this ship. Okay, I want to make sure we get this right. Just right here, just like that. This is the counterbalance for the, obviously, the cockpit where Django goes. Okay? Right, so we'll add some small pieces on here now. Back here. We're adding pieces that will have the guns, show the guns. Also, these are some difficult pieces to find. These little holders, they look like arms, like they look like a hammer actually, like Thor's hammer. If you have Thor's hammer, right, they look like that. All right, so you need 2 of those. You can turn them out for the guns, but you hold them in for now. And then you add, which I've left the whole piece, guys, so you can see it like this. This is your bombs there. I left it intact, so from a prior ship that I built. This just clips in right here like that. And let's just find the other one. Here we go. And this clips in on the opposite side. So what would happen, you would turn these in like this and then close this up like that. So that's part of one of the features, the playability features. So we'll move this over again, get ourselves one of these, and start building on this. So again, drop me a line, guys. Let me know what you're building. If you're building anything at all, need a couple of these now. There's 2 of them there. And then there's this particular, again, they way back, they would build the ships with most of the things printed on, which was a good thing. Again, in one way, it was a good thing, and then in the other, if you wanted to use the brick for anything else, you just couldn't. So I thought that was a little, a little difficult to handle, but there you go. So just locate these, get some of these tan bricks out of the way. Just makes life much easier. As you guys know, if you're building at all, you know that. There we go. Let's get some of those tan bricks away. Make it much easier to find later on. Okay, so we got that covered. Move these black pieces across. And, okay, so we got that covered. We'll take this, add 2 of these. And we'll place that right on the top here. Again, this is the counterbalance for the for Django to sit in. Okay, you can see that move like that. That's the counterbalance there. We'll take 2 of these inverted bricks, place 2 tan pieces on the top. And place that back here. Like I said, we'll be completing all the ships every day, all the way through. Okay, so we want to go up front now, guys. Want to add 2 of these. Longer bricks, longer beams, like that. And 1 of these just right here. Okay, you can really see the ship coming together now. We're going to add 2 white beams across. After we place 2 of these back here, which holds this right in place. Like so. We're going to place these beams on there now. On top of the beams, we're going to add 2 of these. And we're going to top that off with 2 more of the same. So lock that in place like so. We're quickly coming to the end right now, guys. There's a lot of pieces on there, but we're still quickly coming to the end. So we can move much faster now by adding 2 of these. Just right here. And this goes right in back of that, like so. Two light ones. This goes right here. Again, guys, if you're just jumping on, we're building the 7153, and we will be building all week long, guys. So keep watching all the way through, and we'll build all the ships all the way through to the end. We need 2 more of these, which goes right here. Let me make sure we put that right. And another one on the opposite side. And 2 of these tan bricks. Two of these back here. Now we're going to add some more flaps to it. So these flaps just go on right here. Oops. And the other one goes on the opposite side. Just need 2 more tan bricks to tie it in place. He said, thought so. We also need two 1x3s. No, actually we don't. I'm looking at it from the wrong angle. So this one goes here. And that. Nope. Like this. And the tan brick goes right on the top. You get another one for the opposite side and do the same thing. This one just drops back here. Okay. Okay. So this ship has Boba and his dad, Django. Right, as you guys know. Right, so let's move on and place one of these back here. Two inverted bricks goes back here. And we're going to start building another part of the ship. So we need 4 of these. A couple of these dark blues. And also 2 of these. So just move that out of the way so you guys can see what's happening. We'll build a double at once. 2 of these. Again, practice, guys. Practice for my ultimate build. You go like this. And 1 beam across. Like that. Two of these. Goes right here. Two of these, just lock it in place, grids. And we're looking for 2 grays facing on the inside, like so. 2 wedges. Goes on the outside, like that. And we place these right on the top to hold that in place. Like that. Here's where these come in. I'm going to take these and place these just right here. Like I said, guys, remember we will be starting, so set you all. We'll be starting earlier tomorrow. So set your notifications so you can see what's happening when we start the build. 2 of those. We're going to add 2 of these on now. Just clip them in like that. There you go. This clips right in here, guys. Just like this. Hope you can see that there. Okay, and that's one side of it, and we're going to repeat this on the opposite side. So obviously we need 2 of these. 1 of those, 2 of these. But they're asking us to build not this first. They want us to build one side of the ship and then the other. So we'll do that. 1 of those here. This goes together. I built these earlier. So this just goes right on the outside. Just trying to be tough. And that clips in right there like that. We get 1 of these and place 2 of these in there. And that just locks right in here like that. Yellow grids goes to the top. So I'm building the opposite side. Don't want to do that, do we? Yellow grids go here. Two yellow grids. Two of these. One of those right there. And I also will be building this piece. It comes from a ship that just, not a ship, a figure that just came out. So I'll be building that also, so watch for that build, guys. It's the first of this particular type. If you know these pieces, guys, you will know what I'm talking about. So watch for that build also. Okay, so this locks in here. And we place this. I want to make sure we have it the right way. Yep. This goes right in here. And snaps right in there like that. Now we're going to place one in here. So we just need a star. Okay, we need the star, which is just going to go right in here. Don't actually need a star. This just goes right on through, and this clips right in there like that. So that's one side of it, guys. Okay, and let's see what happens now. I'm thinking they want us to go the opposite side. Very strange they didn't let us build that first, but here we go. This goes over here. Snap that in. Snap this in like that. There you go. And we'll build the opposite end now. But before we do that, we need to complete this, obviously. The opposite side. So let's repeat that build we did earlier, guys. Remember that build that goes on the side of the ship. You're to repeat that build. So we're starting off with 2 of these, 2 yellow pieces, and 2 of the light pieces, which goes on the outside. Place this here. Like so. And this one piece just goes all the way across, like we did before. Okay. 2 of these. Goes here and there. 2 grids. That. 2 of these facing on the inside. And 2 of these going here. 2 of these on the top. And we fit these there as we did the last one, right guys? Like I said, we'll be completing all the ships all week. They'll be completed all the way through. And we place this there, the other there. And this just clamps right in place here, guys. Just like we did the opposite side. Fits right in there real snug. Let's get this out of the way. Oops. It's 1. 2. Oops. Get them to hold correctly in there. Right. We'll build the other side and place that in also. So this can just go right in. No need for keeping it out. And then we'll complete this. So we started here. Same setup. 2 of these. And 1 of these. And where are you? Looking for just 1 of those. It's around here. There it is. And there you go. That goes in there. You can actually place this on here now and just slide it there. But we need to put that in first. And this can just go right here now. Saves me all the trouble later on. Place this right here. Okay, it's just much easier that way. This goes right in there. Oops. Gotta turn that over. Yep. There you go. Now we're going to start finishing up the top end. So they want us to go to the bottom. So let's go turn it over. Oops. Also, you see, that's a 2 brick. I would have put a 4. I think it would be much more stable. Let me know what you guys think. I think that would be much more stable if they did that. Personally, that's just me. Oops. There we go. Right. So, let's build on the top. We'll turn it over later and add those little pieces, those little touches. But I think for stability, I need to do it sooner than later. So we want this. This just goes right back here to hold that in place. So that holds that in place real firm. And then we add these so it doesn't break and fall apart on us. This one actually goes here. Okay, so that's the bottom covered. Okay, we need one of these, one of those, and a couple of these. A couple of these goes right here. Here's one I built earlier. I'm going to snap these in right here. And on the opposite side, the same thing. There you go. Now we need some gray pieces. Just gonna go right here. and some white pieces that go on the top. These are 1x2s by 2. Okay. We're building the top now to go exactly on the top. Right, so we need one of these, goes right here, like that, and a 6 going across. Like that. Some white pieces going on the top, white wedges, 2x4x6. Okay, add 2 of these, so lock it in place. Holds that right there real snug. One of these goes right down the middle. Okay, we're almost there now, guys. Almost there, almost to the end. So we're going to add 2 compartments. It's really hard to get in. You can open it like this. This whole bomb's in there if you want to put bombs in there. All right, so 2 compartment goes right here, 1 and 1 on the opposite end. Look like tiny little refrigerators. Then in back of that, we're going to add 2 of these here. I think they're 6s. One and 2. Like that. And we'll place some dark gray on the top to hold that in place. And this needs to be just a little closer, like so. Place the dark gray on the top. And we'll place the L shapes, 2 L shapes. Going right here. Like that. Top of that, we're going to add 2 of these. One and 2, and we'll place 2 of these back here. Again, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with another build in the series. So jump in and check it out. Just made a little snafu here. We'll fix that. Needs to be a little further back. And so these 2 needs to be a little further back also. Okay. All of those are in place. Windows are on, everything's in place. So we're going to complete this top piece here now by adding one blue just right here. And one gray right here. But before we do that, we need two yellow pieces that's going to pop out right here. Okay? So again, guys, drop me a line. Let me know what you're building, if you're building anything at all. All right? Nice to see you guys on there. Drop me a like, please. So guys, let me know what you're building. Again, we'll be back all week long with this build. Let me know if you've built this before in the comments or thinking of building something like it. We'll be building the whole series, guys, throughout the week. So keep jumping in. As I said, tomorrow we'll be back at an earlier time. Put your notifications on so you can see it live. Okay, let's continue to build here. We need two of these. Two grays. And that just goes right back here. Did a little mishap here. needs to be turned outwards. I turned it inwards. So these go back here like that. Apologies, guys. Facing out. They don't face out. I'm not able to put the guns on, am I? So there. This goes there. And that goes back here. We place the yellow inverted here. Like that. Gray right on the top. Right there. Black on the opposite side. Tiny little yellow, which is a strange color to add at the tip, but again, there. And then a black one just to, they could have made a whole brick. That's an extension. Again, I talk about the count, and there you go. So back here we place one of these. Once you've done that, we're going to take this and just go all the way across. Right there. Like that. A little yellow grid goes to the front. And we're going to start building the back. The guns now. Okay? So, guns to these and two of those. The guns go right on the top. Snap that in there. I'll just build both of them. Place this on the top here. Bring this back. Place these right here. Your gun's just snapping like that. And we're going to tie that off on the side. With some grids. Surprised they didn't go all the way across with the grids. You just put 4 of them. And you want to take this, and this goes right on the top. Right here. Like so. Okay. And now, we'll just add this piece here. This is the cockpit. And we will place Django just for a moment, guys. We'll place him in there. And the top goes on. And that would be your build of the 7153, guys. That would be your build. All complete, ready to fly, right into your living room or wherever you are. Okay, guys? Again, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. We're building all week long. Keep jumping in. As I said, I'm your biggest fan. Thank you guys for showing up. Always a pleasure to have you. Great building with you guys. Again, join my top tier to receive free stuff, guys. All right, this is BOBAbrickz. And see you tomorrow. Thanks for dropping in. May Lego be with you.